Last class we saw about energy. What is energy? Energy is defined as the capacity to do work. Where do we get this energy from, children? Yes, we get it from the food we eat, isn't it? We do many work in our daily life. Many of them are done physically and some are done with the help of machines or other instruments. Though we do it manually or with the help of machines, they all need energy to work. We saw there are different forms of energy like mechanical energy, electrical energy, light energy, thermal energy, sound energy, and so on. Let us start with mechanical energy, which is classified into two types: potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy is the energy possessed by an object which is at rest. Examples of potential energy: stretching a rubber band. So when you have a stretched rubber band in your hand, it possesses potential energy. Water at the top of a waterfall, or you can say the water stored in a dam. All these also possess potential energy. Yo-yo held in your hand. I hope you all know what is a yo-yo. You would have played with it, isn't it, children? So, when the yo-yo is in your hand at rest, it has potential energy. Now coming to the next example, drawing a bow. So, when a bow is stretched ready to shoot an arrow, it has potential energy. So, these are some of the examples of potential energy. In all these examples, you see that the object is at rest. Coming to the next form of mechanical energy, the kinetic energy. So, it is the energy possessed by an object which is in motion, or you can say when it is moving. Some examples of kinetic energy are shooting a rubber band, water falling from a waterfalls, a yo-yo in motion. So, when the yo-yo is in your hand, it has potential energy. When it is in motion, it has kinetic energy. And the next example is releasing the arrow from the bow or shooting the arrow. So, in all these examples, we see that the object is in motion. Then we saw the next form of energy, wind energy, which is defined as the energy possessed by the wind. We also saw some uses of wind energy in our previous class. Today we are going to learn about the other forms of energy. Let us start with heat energy. Children, you all know that the substances are made up of tiny particles called the atoms and molecules, isn't it? When the temperature of a substance is raised, its atoms and molecules begin to vibrate and release a kind of energy. This energy is known as heat energy or thermal energy. Here you can see the water molecules in the pan are at random motion, or we can say that the molecules are vibrating or moving when the temperature is increased. These are the arrangement of the molecules in hot and cold condition of the substances. In other words, we can say the movement of the molecules at lower temperature is slow compared to that of the movement of the molecules at higher temperature. Or we say that the molecules move faster when the temperature is increased, thus giving more amount of heat energy. So, heat is the total energy of the molecules in a body. Now, let us see the flow of this energy. This energy flows from a hot substance to a cold substance. Let us see an illustration. Here is a pot of water kept on a stove. The thermal energy from a hot stove is transferred to a metal pot and causes the water molecules to move faster, increasing the temperature of the water, thus making the water to boil. So, the energy is flowing from the hot stove to the metal pot to increase the temperature. What is temperature? Temperature is the measure of heat in a body. And you all know the instrument used to measure this temperature is thermometer. Let us have another illustration to understand the flow of energy. If we put some ice cubes into water in a glass, what happens? The water becomes cold, isn't it? This is because heat is transferred from water into ice, which melts the ice and makes the water cold. Here the energy flows from water, which is a hot substance, into ice, which is a cold substance. As we saw, the flow of energy, it flows from the hot substance to a cold substance, isn't it? Now let us do a small activity. Can you see the ice cube in my hand? So I am holding the ice cube in my hand. After some time, what happens? You all know that our body has a temperature. Do you know the normal temperature of our body? Yes, 98.6 degrees, isn't it? So now this temperature, that is the heat energy from my body, is transferred into the ice. Or you can say my hand is the hot substance and the ice cube is the cold substance. So after a little while, what is happening? The ice starts melting, isn't it? So now the heat energy from my body has entered or transferred into the ice cube. So thus melting the ice and my hand becomes cold. Do you understand, children? This is the flow of heat energy. Now let us see how to produce this heat energy. Children, when you keep your hand one on the other and when you rub it, try doing this. When you rub it fast and when you keep it on your cheek, what do you feel, children? Yes, you feel the heat, isn't it? So heat is produced by the friction of rubbing two hands together. Do you understand? So this is one way of producing heat. There is another way to produce heat by chemical reactions. We cannot do it in our home. It can be done in the laboratory. Okay, so these are the ways to produce heat energy. And above all, the main or the primary source of heat energy is what? Yes, the sunlight is the primary source of heat energy. Then we have the lighting of a candle. That also produces heat and light energy, isn't it? What do you see? Can you see a candle lighted up? Yes. So you can see the light as well as you can feel the heat when you bring it closer to the light, isn't it? Be careful, children. Don't burn your hand. So this is heat energy. So here you can see both heat energy and light energy when we burn a candle. Now let us see the uses of heat energy. It is used to produce electricity. The heat energy obtained from power stations is used to generate electricity. These are the thermal power stations where electricity is produced. You all know sun is the primary and major source of heat energy. This energy is also converted into electricity. We use heat energy in our everyday life. Yes, we use it for cooking food. So this heat energy makes the food soft and easy to digest. Heat energy obtained from petrol and diesel is used to run vehicles. It is also used to mold hard substances like iron. Heat energy is used to dry clothes and other wet substances. During summer season, we see that the clothes dry very fast, isn't it? That is because there is more heat in the atmosphere than in winter season. Now let us see the next form of energy, the light energy. Light travels in the form of waves. Light is also made up of many colors. Children, you all know the 7 rainbow colors, isn't it? Here you can see the Vibgyor. Light contains a particle called photons. And these photons are minute packets of energy. Light is the only form of energy which is visible to the human eyes. And light does not require any medium to travel. What do you mean by medium? Like air, water, or any substance is known as medium. So light can travel even through vacuum. So when there is no medium, it is known as vacuum. And the speed of light in vacuum is faster than its speed in solids, liquids, or gases. Light travels very fast. Children, do you know the speed of light? It is about 3 lakh kilometer per second. What do you mean by this? Light travels in 1 second up to a distance of 3 lakh kilometers. So you can imagine how fast it is. You all know that the earth is very far away from the sun. But since light travels very fast, it just takes 8 minutes to reach the earth's surface. So you can imagine how fast the light travels from the sun to the earth.
Summarize. Energy is defined as capacity to do work. There are various forms of energy, but today we learned 6 different forms of energy. They are mechanical energy, wind energy, heat energy, light energy, electrical energy, and chemical energy. Okay, children, I hope you all understood this lesson. Thank you.